Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nick Lynn, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. Guys, today's video is going to be all about how to retouch butterfly locks. So as you can see here, this is where my client's hair is currently. She's probably had these locks in well over 4 weeks. I'll be sure to notate exactly how long these have been in her hair. And so she didn't want to take them down yet. She just wanted me to retouch a few of them in the front. So jumping right in order to take these butterfly locks down, you're going to want to just create a small little loop within the curly hair you use to wrap. And once you have that loop, you just cut right underneath the loop and then begin to slide the lock down. Now, I did want to mention that I am taking my time while doing this part because once the client's locks have been in for a few weeks or even several weeks at this point, you want to be very careful when you are working around the edges and the hairline of your client's hair because the weight of the lock may be pulling on the front of her hair by this time. So just take your time, continue making your loops and cutting underneath the loop until the lock just begins to just easily slide down. As you can see, you're also going to need to cut the bottom, but be careful doing that because your client's hair is inside the lock. Now, I knew where her hair was because it was like very close to the hairline, and I knew that the hair in that area wasn't very long, so it was no issue for me to just go ahead and cut that bottom off. But again, if your clients have long hair and you didn't, tuck it or what have you, when you initially did it, just be careful that you don't cut their hair. So I want you to take notice that you see how small this braid is that I'm taking out right now. I am not going to put a new lock back on that same piece. So you may notice that some of your clients may have light edges. You have to be able to make executive decisions when it comes to a retouch like this because you do not want to create any breakage. The point of these styles are to be protective, as we all know. So with that being said, I am just going to take this small braid out and I am actually going to connect it with the hair that's already out. And now that our hair is combed through, of course using a wide tooth comb, I am going to go ahead and add some moisture back to her hair. And so what I used was the Tropical Roots Growth Spray Oil. And now that her hair is re-moisturized, I'm just going to reshape that section and prepare her for the new braid and the new lock. So guys, as you may have already watched, I actually do have 2 butterfly lock videos on my channel, and they are very detailed step-by-step videos. One is more or less like tips and things like that, and then the other one is really like an in-depth tutorial. As I told you before, like I would be doing different lock methods on my channel and things like that. So guys, if you really want to know how to do the butterfly locks, I will go ahead and leave a link for you to be able to go and check those out. So with this client, she actually likes a very small piece of the Cuban twist hair in her locks. So that's why the piece that you see is like really super thin. And so I am just going to go ahead and wrap the lock just like you would with any other butterfly lock. As you know, in order to get that butterfly effect, you're just going to kind of stick your thumb right underneath the hair, wrap around while keeping your thumb there, and then kind of just move down and keep on doing the same thing. So again, if you really want a detailed tutorial on that, guys, you can go ahead and check out some of those other videos that I have already put on my channel. So as you can see, guys, like just look at the difference between like the new lock that's being done right now and then the ones that she's had in for some time. I mean, I honestly was just grateful because I'm still new to doing butterfly locks. And so the fact that my clients are getting these lengths of time out of their locks and really being able to get their money's worth out of the style, I'm just ecstatic about it, to be honest. And so I was a little hesitant to do the retouch, guys, because this was my first time doing it, but it actually came out very well. And so of course I just wanted to share with you what I've learned through the process of doing the retouch. So this was method 1. This was how I did this initially, with taking down the entire braid, combing out the hair, making sure just that any little residue and things like that was out, putting the moisture back into the hair, and then just re-braiding it. So now on to the second method, guys, which I was so nervous for. My client really did not want me to take many of them down, as she saw that it is possible to just rewrap maybe about just the top, maybe 2 to 3 inches of the lock. And so in order to achieve this, the wrapping curly hair needed to be cut to just about maybe 3 or 4 inches. And so with that, I was just going to take that and insert it underneath. So basically just to crochet it through the base of the lock, go ahead and pull it through, and then just rewrap the top portion of the hair. I wasn't against this method, to be honest, guys. It wasn't a bad method, and I still was able to achieve like the butterfly look. So I mean, that was fine. As you can see, the root did tighten, so it did look like a new lock again. So this is the second way that you can do it. If you don't want to take out the braid and take out the lock and, you know, do all that, is this like a quicker method that you can do? It really is. And I mean, I don't think that there was that much difference in the result. But in doing this, my suggestion would be that if you notice that the hair is loose, very loose, or if the lock is really creating a lot of tension on that certain piece, I would absolutely suggest taking that piece down. I would not suggest this method if that's what you're encountering. But for where it was strong enough to do so, I just think that, you know, this worked. You know, it worked, and she was very pleased with it. So we went ahead and tried this way as well. So guys, let me know in the comments, which method do you prefer? Would you prefer taking the lock and, you know, completely down? Or do you prefer to just take a piece of the hair and just kind of rewrap the root? Okay, so now that her perimeter is complete, I am just going to do a half up, half down style. And I'm just going to pretty much take the locks one by one and place them up into this ponytail here. Now this part you may want to just kind of play around with, depending on, you know, where you want the ponytail to lay and stuff like that. Or, you know, if you want to leave one hanging down towards the front, or just whatever you want to do. But once you have your desired look, then you can just go ahead as a, you know, a final touch and go ahead and lay the edges down. We are just doing some swoops in this case, so you can do whatever you want to do on your retouch. But like I said, this time we were just going to go ahead and do some swoops. So now it's time to basically just add some accessories. I think the braid clips work very well when it comes to, I'm sorry, my client's doing a happy dance. I like to use the braid clips, so I think that works really nicely for butterfly locks. I also like to cover the hair tie that I used for the ponytail. So I just take one of the locks and kind of just wrap it around that, just to cover up the hair tie a bit. So guys, you can accessorize and do whatever you want on this part, but again, I do, another happy dance. I do like to add just a few clips to the locks. So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to go over just a few ways, or 2 ways, of how to retouch your butterfly locks. And this is where we started. So again, she had these in for several weeks, and this was the finished result. So we just redid that perimeter, and now she's really going to be able to extend even more the longevity and the life of the style. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this content. And as always, guys, God bless. Talk to you in the next video.